pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
All right, everybody, and welcome in to the Monster Energy NASCAR Racing League. My name is James Riles, and we're going to be seeing these drivers take on the 2 Mile of Michigan here today. Welcome in, folks. We're here about midway through the regular season for these drivers, coming over from the console on to the sim. And it's been an absolute awesome race so far to watch. A lot of different drivers winning, lots of different stuff going on for these folks. But today, something they haven't really dealt with yet, the 2 Mile track of Michigan International Speedway. It's going to be a blast seeing these drivers try and handle a little bit of tire wear that we usually get out of Michigan. But, of course, the star of the show is the track here for right now. 81 degrees, 51% humidity up there in Michigan. It is clear, 8-degree headwind. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go ahead and see where all our drivers are out on the track. Right now, getting done with qualifying here. Ryan Douglas is the last one out. We have one more. I believe Dylan Herbertson's going to try and make it down. But right now, Ryan Douglas trying to improve on his first time here at Michigan after them tires get warmed up. Get that Geico restart zone. Put up that tower. Big blazing fast speed there from the 11 Toyota of Ryan Douglas. Puts down a 39.51. Not going to be enough to upset Richard Mendonca in the 46 machine. So far, so good for him. Dylan's coming down. We got 3 more drivers left to try and take some time here at Michigan. Mason Thompson, Jeremy Robbins, and Bill English have not put it down a time yet. 6 minutes and 10 seconds in so far. It's going to be a blast. No, Ryan Douglas is in the chat. We are live, so if you are watching and you want to point out who you're going to watch, which drivers you want to see more of, etc., let me know in the chat. That's who I'll keep an eye on. But right now, let's go ahead and well, let's get where we're supposed to be. There we go. But folks, again, let me know who you're here to see. Right now, Dylan Herberton taking another lap out, trying to improve upon his times so far. Let's go ahead and talk to Richard Mendonca. Richard, it's James in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Hey, so right now, as it sits, looking like the pole sitter. Tell us a little bit about Michigan and what we're looking for as far as tire wear here in the heat.
Well, first off, don't give me the announcer's curse. I'll probably lose a poll now. But tire wear, I'm not really sure. I'm sure the right front's going to go pretty quick. It's already not turning very good here. I don't know what the track conditions are exactly, but the car's not handling very good. It should be a decent race. It might get a little bit strung out here, but depending on the cautions and stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to a good competitive race.
Definitely. Well, you said the broadcaster's curse, and now you just spoke it into existence. So it's not on me now; it's on you. Is that fair?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
fair
that's a good point.
No. But no, Richard, having a pretty good season so far overall. About midway through here, how are you liking the racing we're seeing from some of these console drivers moving over?
Some of them are not too bad. I was actually kind of shocked by that. I've been doing sim race, not just iRacing, but sim racing since probably like 6 years ago. So it's cool to see them kind of come over and get introduced to this and get into other sims and stuff like that.
Definitely. Well, man, good luck. I know Jeremy Robbins is out there trying to take a hit at your time. You put down a lot of laps in practice. I know that. I saw you guys playing around in the infield here at Michigan, going to meet the fans. How was the tire wear on the machines? Do you think you're going to have to come down before stage 1, or are we going to see a shootout in the beginning of this thing?
I think we'll see a shootout. I don't think that we're going to have to come down for tires. I don't know how much fuel we've got in the car. I think it's only 60% fuel. So we'll probably either just make it, or we're going to have to come down in stage 1.
Definitely. Well, man, I'll let you get back to the team. As always, I appreciate you coming in, and hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of it.
All right. Thank you.
So that was Richard Mendonca from Dylan Herberton Racing as we watch Jeremy Robbins trying to put down his lap time. First lap time is going to be a little bit slower. You got to get in there, those tires warmed up as we see him throwing that thing around in a circle. Coming down Michigan's little bitty trioval there. See where that's going to put him, coming up to 6th position after that one. And that's going to be the last driver that's going to be able to put anything down right now. Qualifying is complete. Checkered flag is waving. Next thing we're going to have going on here is the main event. And right now, folks, you're in the right place to watch it. Southern Broadcast Racing Network says SBRN top 5 for the team. We'll keep an eye on them as well as we see everybody gritting up here, getting ready for this thing. It's going to be an absolute blast. I know I'm excited. Hope you guys at home are too. As Richard Mendonca did get that pole position. Let's go ahead and go over our grid as we can see right here. Richard Mendonça in the 1 position. Ryan Douglas going to be starting outside of row number 1. Row 2, Curtis Ecker and Steve Waldrop. Then we got row number 3, Mason Connors and Jeremy Robbins. David Simcox Jr. is going to bring us in 7th, and then 8th is going to be Cody Brown. We got Richard Rico and Chris Isaacs, row number 5. Row 6, Zachary Mertez and Nicholas Fisher. After that, we have Dylan Herberton and Mason Thompson, row number 7. And then rounding us out in the back there, going to be Bill English. Overall, very excited to get started here. I know this is going to be a good one. Let me go ahead and get some information for you guys as far as what we have going on here today, as far as the schedule and the points and everything. It is 100 laps here at Michigan International. Stage break is going to be lap 25. Write that down, folks. 4 sets of tires, and we are racing at 9:10. Just a little bit off track here for the TV time, but I am loving it here to watch them get started as we are rocking and rolling off the grid here. Everybody getting rocking. So, folks, there, see that Skyline board? That's Richard Mendonça. Right behind the pace car. Take a look at some of these paint jobs. Love that Marines number 11. Curtis Ecker in the 19. Curtis Ecker Motorsports. Love that. Steve Waldrop. Classic colors. Then the NRA number 1. David Simcox repping that DC Comics 22. And then the SBRN of Jeremy Robbins. And we got Cody Brown back there in the 8. Tasmanian Devil Machine. TJ's Team 18. Zachary Mertez there from Mile Productions. Herberton Advanced Auto Parts. The number 3, Chris Isaacs. Nicholas Fisher with the Dude Wipes car. Love that. And the Taco Bell 81. So, here we go. Pace lights are off. We're going to be getting started here at Michigan International Speedway. Get on your feet, ladies and gentlemen. Show these drivers you're here to cheer as we smash that like button and watch Richard Mendonça get in the Geico restart zone as we are gonna be rolling here. As Ryan Douglas taking a high approach. Green flag is out. We are racing. Everybody getting off to a great start. Richard Mendonça leading him around. Ryan Douglas looking to the bottom. Flat out racetrack here at Michigan for the first couple laps. You're going to see these drivers going all out, top speed to try and get an advantage. The folks who do well here are the ones that are going to conserve those tires as much as possible. They're the ones who's really going to shine about lap 25. You got about 5 laps of wide open racing here, ladies and gentlemen. After that, you're going to have to take care of those tires because they are going to be screaming. It's a relatively flat track here at Michigan. That 2 miles is a safety net for sure on those fresh Goodyears, but after that, it's not going to help any out too much. Mid-pack biggest movers, Nicholas Fisher, David Simcox just went up a position. Keep an eye on that. We'll also keep an eye on that battle up front. Looks like Richard Mendonça trying to keep Ryan Douglas behind him. As Ryan just put down the fastest lap of the race. Something else to keep an eye on here. We do have a draft in effect, folks. Getting in that slipstream, getting in that air on this huge backstretch will definitely help these drivers out. That's why you see Richard Mendonça kind of doing the IndyCar snake, trying to avoid letting Ryan Douglas get too far on that rear bumper. The racing's going on back here, folks. Side by side, Cody Brown, David Simcox. Cody taking that extreme high line. Simcox working the bottom. And that's where that midline, that's where your best amount of grip is, but it's also, you're going to get passed up in the beginning of this race because just the bottom line is the fast way around. Is we got 2 cars in the wall. That's going to definitely slow them down. Hopefully everybody else can adjust. And here we go, about lap 4. Told you, we're going to start seeing. Oh, we got wrecked. Zachary A. Mertez spinning around in the 02 4 Mile Productions Chevrolet. Not sure what happened there. Let's take a look. So the checkup happens. The checkup happens right in front of Zach. And then it looks like, oh, gets turned on the 3. Let's take one more look here. So here we go. Tries to zig, it looks like, just a little bit there to work momentum on the 89. And then the 03 just in a bad position, unable to make something happen. And since we got time, folks, I got nothing better going on. Let's take a look from the 3's position here. This is on board Chris Isaacs, his 3 machine. And just that barely, that tap just will get you. It's a tippy tap, tap, tapper in. A lot of folks coming down pit road, getting some fresh Goodyears. Brian Douglas, Steve Waldrop. Most notably is Ryan Douglas. He was in that 2nd position. Everybody else electing to stay out. Just do want to appreciate that quick yellow thrown by the admin here. Giving a shout out to Admin Box. Admin Box is one of those things that you don't know you need it until you got one and you realized how you were living without one. Admin Box is race control at your fingertips. Pre-programmed controls. Throw those cautions. Throw those laps. Take laps off of caution, which is very useful. Especially from my end of things. And each admin box connects via USB. You don't have to do any setup. Don't have to download anything. This thing comes on its own, ready to rock out of the box. So adminbox.com. That's where you can find them as ADMINBOXX.com. And then use code MENRL-BOX BOXX for $19 off at checkoff. So not a bad place to be there for Admin Box. Shout out those admins. Get them the likes and everything they deserve. Speaking of likes, folks, if you are watching on something that allows you to like a stream, which even on your TV, you can go ahead and hit that like button. You just got to find it. Hit that like button. Not for me. I don't make any more money if you like or not. But what it does is it puts this thing out in front of some more folks, and the drivers at the Monster Energy NASCAR Racing League get out in front of more people because the YouTube algorithm picks it up. Says, wow, James is doing such a great job. Let's go ahead and put this out in front of as many people as possible. So lights are out here at Michigan in that pace car. What that means, folks, is we are at the 1 to go mark. Stretched it out, talked enough. Now Richard Mandonce going to be behind that Ford pace car. Coming around turns number 4, it looks like. They're going to get down the backstretch. Last chance to shake out some nerves. Try and get a little bit more heat in those tires if you're one of those guys that came down and got freshies. That's starting with Ryan Douglas, David Simcox, Mason Thompson, Chris Isaacs, Richard Beaker, Jeremy Ramos, Nicholas Fisher, and Cody Brown. All deciding to come down pit road. But up front, they're staying on the old tires. We're going to see just how important these is. Take note, folks. 6 laps here at Michigan is 12 miles on these tires, which I know does not seem like a lot. But, hear me out, folks. 12 miles There's quite a bit of waste to put on these Goodyears. They kind of absorb that heat and kind of go out really, really quickly. So keep an eye on the number 5 of Ryan, or the 5th position, the 11 of Ryan Douglas. As the green flag is out, we are rocking and rolling, ladies and gentlemen, as they're going to get them through the gears. Richard Mendonca working that sequential transmission in these next gens. Pops out in front of Mason Connors. Mason going to have to dive down to the bottom, try and make a move here. Ryan Douglas already moving in that machine. A lot of other drivers coming up here. Mason Thompson, he took tires. Richard Rico, look at Bill English. He's fallen back, unfortunately. As these drivers absolutely working it down the backstretch. And Donson not giving up that position, trying to make it to lap 25 where we can get that that ending stage break. On the back of Richard Mendonca's machine. Looking back at Mason Connors. So far, no adjustment needed from those that did not come down pit road. They're still doing just fine. Curtis Ecker, the last line defense in that 19 machine. Mason Thompson, 5. As Connors tries to hold off Ecker, not going to happen. Ecker has the bottom, and he's not going to go down below that white line. Kind of throw in the one for a loop there. You could see he wanted him to. Kevin Oldenburg says, let's go 20. I hear you. Where's the 20 at right now? I don't see a 20. But here come the new tires. David Simcox, Mason Thompson, all over the place. They're about to split the uprights as the number 1 car gets into the wall right when they're 3 wide, coming out of 4. That's no bueno. Kevin, who we shouting out, brother? I don't see. Oh, there he is, Steve Waldrop. I apologize, Kevin. That's my bad. Steve Waldrop's down there, unfortunately caught in that last incident, but he's not. He's doing a good job right now, just kind of hanging out, trying to take advantage. Oh, as we're side by side here, Mason Thomas and Jeremy Robbins. Richard Rico is going to get the worst of it, and he's going to have to go down below that white line to save it. Everybody else, mid-pack seems to be where everybody's having their issues. As David Simcox getting pushed by the 81 of Mason Thompson. Steve Waldrop just went off track, ladies and gentlemen. That's all right. We got time. Stage break coming up at lap 25. About halfway there here at Michigan International. Up front, Richard Mendonca's kind of gapped it out. He's got half a second over Dylan Herberton. Then Mason Thompson is in 4th position. He's up 10 positions so far, so definitely our fastest mover of the night. Back behind him, we have a gaggle, ladies and gentlemen. Jeremy Robbins trying to hold off Simcox in the 22. Ryan Douglas trying to find his way through. Go-to machine is Zachary Mertez. This is what Michigan gives you, folks. 5 lanes of racing that you can go down. It is absolutely a blast to see what these drivers can try and do as David Simcox working on the 21. Jeremy Robbins not wanting to give that position up. Goes down to side draft. Just so many lanes of speed available. That's where, oh, gets in a bump. Down goes, I believe that was Ryan Douglas. Luckily in this track, you got some room down there. He's going to come back up. Jeremy Robbins now shuffled out of that top 5. He's not in this battle, but these guys are beating and banging lap 14. Every point matters in such a small league. So that's what these guys are seeing. Coming off those turns, dangerous position to be in. See those wiggles. As David Simcox, Ryan Douglas, and Jeremy Robbins. Oh, the 22 gets into it. Still getting into it. Ryan Douglas is not letting this position go. He's in the middle trying to hold off everybody. Looks like Zachary Mertez is going to be the one right now to have the advantage. Do excuse my sniffling folks. Here in Arkansas, allergies are in full effect, especially if you are in the middle of a move like I am. So allergies are going to cause a little bit of sniffling every now and then. I do apologize. I realize how unattractive that is from your broadcaster, but bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Is that top line, Ryan trying every position he can, and Jeremy Robbins, while we were talking about it, it's just snuck away. Up front, Richard Mendonça really hasn't touched anything. He's just off. Dylan Herbertson's getting close. These two are kind of gapping out together. Curtis Ecker, Mason Thompson working together. And then this is where the trouble starts. Mertez, now Rico's worked his way in. These guys are just trading shots, slowing each other down. About mid-pack here. But that's racing, folks. That's what we're here for. Up front, Herbertson did make the pass for first position. Let's see if we can catch that on the replay. Go. This is going to be the replay of that pass, folks. This is your pass for the lead, just happened. Mendonça, Herbertson. It's like a huge run from Dylan's going to get him that bottom line. And the 46 just going to have nothing to do but smile and wave as he's going to let him get by here. As we come back live. Mason Thompson, Curtis Ecker have found him. Zachary Mertez. Seems like they've kind of got this figured out up to about 9. And then David Simcox is just steaming in that 22 machine. So he got pushed back really far with all that battling. 20. Steve Waldrop is out there making some passes, having some good runs. But now is what we're going to start seeing. These guys have to break. These guys are going to have to take their chances on doing a little bit better tire management. Lap 18 of 100 here. Again, folks, shout out who you want to see and then smash that like button. Another sponsor of the Monster Energy NASCAR Racing League is, of course, W Energy. Check them out. Go to W.com. Use code MENRL. Check out and receive 10% off of your energy drinks. If you're addicted to them, things like I am, getting them shipped to your door. Save some time and money buying in bulk. Gorgeous machine there, Ryan Douglas. These are the battles we're having right now. 5 laps left to go till this stage is going to be complete. Only one stage break going to come up here, lap 25. Talking to some of our drivers, namely the pole sitter of Richard Mendonça. He told us earlier, he said, we're going to make it. We're going to make it there. It's not going to be an issue. So electing not to come down pit road has not hurt him yet. He's having some slower times than Mason Thompson. They're behind him. But taking a look at the standings here, ladies and gentlemen. See here. And Mendonça could stand to get a stage win, get some bonus points. Currently sitting in 6th. In first place is the driver you see up front, Dylan Herbertson. Brought everybody over here. So these guys came from console side of things, NASCAR Heat 5, etc. They said, you know what, I'm done playing video games, I want to get in the sim. So they came over to iRacing, decided to do that, and have not looked back since. As always, hit me up in that chat, smash that like button. We will do a check-in on one of our fan favorites, the 20 of Steve Waldrop. He's got that, I believe he's got the aviation paint scheme. We'll take a check. acpbirdie.com. Looking gorgeous. Getting there. So we have got the call. Pit road is closed. Nobody going to be able to come down and try and steal some spots that way. Don't have to do it the old-fashioned way. Now the battle's going to be right here for those ever-precious stage points. Dylan Herbertson, Mason Thompson, Richard Mendonça. It seems like Herbertson's kind of stepped it out here. Thompson trying to take the advantage of those 5 extra laps of tires he has. Fresh tires, I'm sorry. But Mendonça doesn't want to give it up. Mendonça put in his time. Getting that pole position to fall back to 3rd. Not what he wants to see. But so far so good. Look at Dylan Herbertson taking that left-hand turn down the backstretch to try and move some of that air away from his competitors to give him the advantage. I think that's going to work for him. Dylan Herbertson going to take the stage unless we get one of them Goodyears on the right front to explode, and I don't think we will. Herbertson, Thompson, Mendonça, what it's looking like. Then we got Zachary Mertez, Curtis Ecker, Richard Rico. And then here's where it's going to be dicey. Looks like the 21 of Jeremy Robbins was the last one there. But, oh, it is going to be on the end of lap 25, excuse me. All that to be wrong. Oh, the 22 gets spun, saves it. He's going to start getting back on the track. I don't remember that. David Simcox, Curtis Ecker, and Richard. There we go. Dylan Herbertson, Mason Thompson, Richard Mendonça as we have the stage break completed. Give the stage win to Dylan Herbertson from Bradford, PA. What a race from there, deciding to stay out of pit road, coming up 12 positions. Seems like fuel's going to be an issue. Like Ecker, a couple drivers running out of fuel coming in here to the end of it. So we're gonna let Dylan take his pit. He will come down pit road, so we're gonna let him do that. As I believe Mendonça, Ecker, and Mason Connors came in on the closed pit road because they had to. Here we go. It's going to be on Herbertson to get down pit road. Bill English was actually slow there. So now Dylan Herbertson coming down pit road. Stage 1 winner. We'll talk to you here in a second. Until then, we're going to go side by side. Alright folks, we are back here trying to take a look at an issue caused under pit road that may boil over. We'll take a look. No. So here it is, coming down pit road. Keep an eye on that 3 there. Chris Isaacs in the 22. Big Chris goes to his box. Oh, has to avoid the 89 and gets spun by the 22. Nothing malicious there. Just wrong place, wrong time. But the if you're a David Simcox fan, he is going to be headed to the back of the line on this next restart. That is set to come up shortly. That Ford pace car does have its lights off. We are headed to lap 29 of 100, 30 laps about down here. Pace car going to take a left, and we are going to be restarting here. 1 to go, flag in the air, green flag on the restart zone, and we are rocking. Mason Thompson, Zachary Mertez getting going. Mertez, Rico, Cody Brown. Up front, battling. Top 3 are gone. But Robbins and Mendonça stuck in the middle. They are going to have to do some work. Up front, Mason Thompson, Zachary Mertez. These guys were battling about mid-pack. Now it's going to come to this. Now the 8 of Cody Brown trying to work his way into this battle on the high line. Nothing doing there. Give the win. Give the first place currently to Zachary Mertez, Thompson, and then Richard Mendonça going to that extreme bottom line, undercutting a lot of folks. Jeremy Robbins trying to work it around. Again, folks, let me know who you've got, who you want to see some more of. I can definitely make that happen for you. Of course, we already have the 20 shouted out, Steve Waldrop, and the gorgeous Chevrolet there. Has the shout out from Kevin Oldenburg. So we're going to go on board, see what it's like to be a car in the middle of the pack here on Steve Waldrop's 20 machine. And we're going to turn it up. right, folks, if you want to caution, what you do is you go to a turn it up. That's what happens. So let's take a look at what happened with the number 3 of Chris Isaacs. He already had an issue coming down pit road. As I can see here, we're already in a pickle, 3 wide. And this is going to be where it happened one time or the other. Like that one was on the 19 of Curtis Ecker is where they're going to put the blame on. Spinning the number 3 Chris Isaacs. So what a great time to talk to Dylan Herberton. As Chris Isaacs going to stay out. He's going to be the only driver to stay out here. So we're going to let Dylan take his pit first. I always like to do that so that we can make a little bit less distractions for him. And folks, if you're watching and you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like button. It helps these drivers in this league out immensely by getting their sponsors such as Admin Box and Dubby a little bit more screen time in front of a little bit more people. So definitely something worth noting there. All right. Dylan, it's James in the booth. You got me.
I got you, man. What's going on?
Not much. Got the stage win out of the way. Coming down for a splash and go on fuel. How did you not run out of fuel like everybody else that stayed out?
So I was actually clutching into the corners, which allowed me. I would coast. I don't know, probably decent a bit. I'm trying to think of like probably 10 car lengths for the corner. I would just let the car coast in and get to the bottom. And make it the shortest distance around the racetrack, and my teammate didn't realize I was doing that until about 4 or 5 laps after me, and that made him run out. So, but I was at 0.02 gallons or whatever it is, 0.2 gallons when we were coming into pit road. So it was close, that's for sure. But now the 36 car, it's running good. I can't say this is my favorite race so far, but we're here and we're making our name known, getting a stage win, and hopefully this will be our night. But I don't know. We'll see. This car is very, very tight off the corners, and it's making things difficult. I was hoping that was going to stay green. I was trying to save some fuel and try to maybe have one less stop than these guys, and that would have ultimately put me, in a good spot at the end. But it's just what happens. I mean, we got another 63 laps to go. Anything can happen.
Definitely. And so modest. You're leading the points with these stage wins, but with 1 to go here, hopefully you can make that jump and get yourself your first win of the season. We'll be rooting for you.
Oh yeah. Hopefully, man. It'll be nice. I'm 7 in a row in another league, and I can't, for some reason, figure this one out. So I don't know. My time's got to come eventually, right?
Definitely. Dylan, well, again, congrats on the stage win. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of the race.
All right, at least top 3. That's what I'd like to hope for.
There we go. That was Dylan Herberton hoping for a top 3, but the way he's been driving, I think we can see a little bit more out of that 36 Advanced Auto Parts machine. Again, guys, please excuse the allergies. It is apparently allergy season year-round now. Welcome to the future. As Chris Isaacs in that 3 machine gonna have the restart after causing the not being the cause of the last incident. He didn't cause himself to wreck, but after being the reason the caution came out, he elected to stay out there. So 8 lap less on fuel. Expect him to have to come in about lap 52-ish. As here we go. There he goes. Chris Isaacs to the top. Zachary Mertez to the bottom. Just came down pit road to get fuel only, folks. A lot of these drivers electing to get fuel only as Chris Isaacs is already falling back from jitters alone. Back to 4th. Not a great restart on cleaners. Sometimes that happens, folks. You get out here in the lead. Especially if you don't practice that, if you don't practice those restarts from the lead, it's a totally different ball game, and I think that's a little bit of what we saw there. But still recovered up to 4th. Now going to try and make his way back. Checking in on the fan favorite, the only Let's Go number 20, Steve Waldrop. Only sitting in 8th position as we're 3 wide up front. Everybody keeping it okay for the most part. Dylan Herberton right in the middle of it, trying to wake his way back up in front of Richard Mendonca. 2x2 behind him. Ryan Douglas. Jeremy Robbins is never too far away from the action. Neither is that 11 of Ryan Douglas. Herberton trying to battle it out with Mendonca. And so far, not coming down pit road, hurting Chris Isaacs. He's way far back in that 12 machine. Oh, 36 giving Mendonca a little bit of a tippy tap there. Letting him know, hey, try not to slow down so much here, buddy. Because they're still locked up. A little bit of locking horns. I don't know if they're trying to push or if something more nefarious is going on. I don't think so. I don't think they have any reason to be cross at each other. I do know Mason Thompson is trying to hold off Ryan Douglas there. The 11 in that Marine Super 5 machine. Bringing it around. Robbins, Mendonca. Herberton's sticking behind Mendonca, so I don't think there was anything crazy going in there. He is going to push him a little bit high now, but Mendonca kind of made that bet. Ryan Douglas trying to take the lead on the bottom. Mertz not wanting to let it happen. Give that lap to Mertz. As it is just fanned. It is just fanned out behind these drivers. If you take a look here. Back of Robbins out his back door. Zachary Mertz, Cody Brown. This Workoutaholic says fan favorite. Like it. Who is your fan favorite, guys? Shout them out, guys and gals. Shout out who you want to see some more of. That's what I'm here for. As well as be sure and hit that like button. It won't count unless you hit the like button. These drivers some more recognition here for what they're doing. Is Simcox and Chris Isaacs are back here 3 seconds back. I'm not sure what happened. We know that these two got into it down pit road. That was a non-nefarious situation. But right now they're going to have to work together to get back up there. Jeremy Robbins in the SBRN machine. That 21 working in front of the 11. He's going to take the lead. One of the, something to note here, guys, the top 5 of everybody in this race took tires the last time around. So tires coming out clutch here on lap 45. As we talked about earlier, Chris Isaacs is going to have to come down pit road a little bit sooner. And they are trading blows. Ryan Douglas not giving up that position. He does not want to lose first place. He is all over the track trying to break this up. He's going to hop up in front of Jeremy Robbins. What's Jeremy going to do? Stick to it for now is what he says, and then he's going to try and move down once we get a little bit closer. He's rocking that top line right now, but once something opens up downstairs, gotta feel like he's gonna take it. Working, getting a beautiful shot from our digger here at Michigan, turn number 1. Once they get here, this is a 2-mile track, ladies and gentlemen, so it takes a little bit. There they go. But the like spiel, I guess I gotta. Oh, the leaders get together. Ryan Douglas and Jeremy Robbins. Touch. That's no bueno. They get a wicked good save. Let's take a look at that again. I believe it was a little bit after that. Here it is, coming up into turn number 1. They missed it. But Ryan Douglas has the advantage. Jeremy Robbins behind him. Cody Brown and Bill English. Zach Mertez and Nicholas Fisher leaning on each other as we get to lap 50 here. But, oh, the like spiel. You get that out there. Again, folks, that doesn't help sim racing media at all. You don't get any more money because of likes. We don't get anything at all. So that is free. You can go ahead and hit that like button. But what it does is it tells YouTube, hey, people are liking what they're seeing. Like this battle up front. People are liking what they're seeing, so if the YouTube and Facebook algorithms throw it in front of more folks. Just walking by on the street. That's why we say that. Especially in a race like this where everybody is constantly fighting up front. Also some folks in the mid-pack that are having some pretty good battles. Nicholas Fisher, Curtis Ecker battling here. So shout out your driver in the chat. That lets us know who we need to keep a better eye on. Steve Waldrop currently in 10th. Fan favorite. As Ryan Douglas and Jeremy Robbins not wanting give up an inch. As Cody Brown's found some speed. Jeremy Robbins working at the bottom here. Michigan, one of those tracks, especially so lap 36, we got about 25 laps worth of fuel in these things. So 36 plus 25 puts us at about, what, 57? That was a 20. Steve Waldrop getting caught. Nope, that was not. That was Bill English. 52 machine getting caught up in the wall. Up front, Ryan Douglas has shaken Jeremy Robbins a little bit more. The ground behind him, Jeremy Robbins still hurt him. Oh, Dylan getting up into Mr. Robbins. As it seems like the tires have kind of plateaued. What that means is everybody's kind of on the same tire wear now that they've gotten so low. My math was way incorrect, folks. 36 plus 25 is definitely 61. As Chris Isaacs is having to come down pit road. So if they come down pit road at lap 61, it's going to be a 2-stop race from here on out. Don't think you're going to be able to save any fuel. You're not going to be able to save enough fuel right here to make it, for sure. So you see some of these 3-stoppers versus 2-stoppers. You're not going to be able to save to get to lap 70. 70 is what you would need. And I don't think you're going to be able to get there. So this is going to be a 2-stopper from here on out. So now I just got to figure out how much time they're going to save. About a 3-second drop off right in here. I actually like the short pit. Everybody in the top 10 is within 3 seconds. If you come down in short pit, you know everybody else is going to have to come down already. Maybe take the initiative here. If you're one of these drivers listening, don't do this and then accuse me when it doesn't go wrong. It doesn't go for you, but the short pit, if you're in mid-pack here and you're battling, you can come down pit road as long as you got somebody to come down with. You might be able to short pit, shave 3 seconds off your time. Ryan Douglas is a 42.21. He's in front. But his best time is a 39.5. Remember, you can go wide open on this track if you have the cojones for it. As Herberton is showing he has what it takes to get up there. He's going to try and get past Zachary Mertez. Because the fall off has already happened, folks. People have already met their limit. And everybody, all the times are pretty even Stevens. Top 5 stepping out about a second. Then we got Jeremy Robbins behind him, Curtis Ecker. Richard Mendonça, the pole sitter, falling back to 12. Here we go, folks. Battle for the lead. The number 8 and the Ryan Douglas in the 11. The 8 wants it. The 11 had it, and they're gone. Zachary Mertez helps the 8 to the win, then dives to the bottom. Tire's definitely going to be a factor. I don't know if the 11's going to be able to hold it midline there. He is for now. But there it is. Ryan Douglas goes around in the 11 machine. Everybody else trying to make it through. Take a look. We knew it was going to happen. These guys were battling pretty hard here. On old tires. Irviton. Ooh, that's where it started. Irviton comes up into the 3. Not the 3, I'm sorry. Cody Brown comes up into Cody Brown. See it from the helicopter thing. I think we're going to get a lot better shot from that very fortuitous helicopter we have following these guys around. So watch the 36. Unable to hang on here, but gets into the 8. As they're just both wild. Let's see. And this 8 barely got back. Let's take one more look. From Cody Brown's machine. We got nothing better to do. From the cockpit. Is that's unfortunate for that driver, the 11. Ryan Douglas. Let's go ahead and talk to Ryan. Ryan, it's James in the booth. You got me.
I got you.
So, hope you're feeling okay after that wreck. How's the car doing?
It's a little damaged. I gotta use my fast repair, so it's just it's gonna suck, but you know, I'll come back and try and get back up there.
Definitely. Well, I mean, you had some speed there. We'll go ahead and give you some radio silence while you try and make the pit box here.
Oh, you're good. I've got a way to get in and still talk. I don't mind talking.
Well, there we go. But you've been running up front. What's been your key to getting through there and making some headway up front in clean air?
Just trying to stay consistent and try and get that clean air to continue to run these laps down. I need a good finish. Michigan's a favorite track of mine, so just gonna try and take it easy from here on out. Get back up to the front.
Definitely. So we need one more pit stop. If it goes green, a big if here, when are we looking at? The short pit or just going to be situational?
I think I might do a short pit if I can, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to judge right now. Short pit would be the best for me to try and get up front and stay up there, especially with you know, the likes of Dylan and Richard up there who are fast. So.
Definitely. Well, from me to you, there was about a 3-second drop off at 25 laps. So,
yeah, it's going to be tough.
Here we go. Well, Ryan, again, man, first of all, love the paint, or last of all, I guess, and good luck. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of the race.
All right. Thanks, man.
So that was Ryan Douglas there talking to us. Just got involved in that incident with Dylan Herberton. Dylan is going to have to take an EOL for that. Unable to get past. So after the EOL is going to take the advantage. Just come down. He's already got the EOL. Might as well come down pit road. Get some fuel in that thing. The one to go here. Cody Brown recovering. He was in the driver's seat when that incident happened. But on this restart, what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, if you are watching and you're wondering, hey, how do I join such a league that does keep an eye on those, does keep an eye on who causes cautions? They do have an EOL system. That's why Dylan Herberton's headed to the back. But if you want to join a league that has a great admin, live admin, great team of both drivers and racers, these guys came from NASCAR Heat 5, and they've been absolutely blowing it out of the water here on the sim. So if you want to race with some very good drivers, hit them up. You can hit up Curtis Ecker. I'm sorry, Kurt. Jeez Louise. Yeah, the 19 of Curtis Ecker. You can hit him up on Facebook. So Cody Brown, I'm sorry, is going to be starting on the outside. He is going to be on the control car. So it's up to him to go here. As Dylan Herberton got the EOL. As they approach the Geico restart zone, let's get on your feet. Lap 61. 39 laps to go here left at Michigan International for the Monster Energy NASCAR Racing League. As what a shot that was on the restart. Zachary Mertez, they're taking the advantage. He's up front. Cody Brown and Steve Waldrop not too far behind. Take a look at that 20. The fan favorite. So far, so good. It's not going to take much to upseat that, though, folks. If you want to see your driver a little bit more up close and personal, be sure and color up there as the 20 has the lead here on lap 66 of 100. Lot of racing left to go, ladies and gentlemen. As Steve Waldrop, Zachary Mertez, Cody Brown, Richard Rico, and Bill English round out your top 5. Mertez not wanting to drop that position to the number 20. 3 Chevys, though, up front. That's what we like to see here in the Chevy household. Cody Brown in 3rd. Right now trying to hold off Toyota. The Toyota of Richard Rico. Looks like Steve Waldrop's just going to hop up there and get in line, try and get a little bit of advantage here, but not Richard Rico. Richard Rico wants the bottom. Not the Walt-esque machine. So we haven't heard a lot of David Simcox. He's had the issue down pit road, now trying to come back up through the field. One of the higher points up here, he does have a win. Another one we haven't heard from tonight, Ryan Douglas. He's number 2 in the points standings, pretty far behind Dylan Herberton. But number 2 nonetheless. Of course, he did lead those couple laps with the issue. Getting the being turned up there. Point 2 and Richard Mandonza, David Simcox touched a little bit. I don't think there was anything there. Taco Bell 81, working on the 8. And folks, like I said, be sure and let me know who you're watching, where you're watching from. Taco Bell versus McDonald's. Ooh, it's big wiggle from Mason Thompson. Cody Brown about to be in the wrong place, wrong time again. So he's just running his laps. Everybody's trying to get by him. Steve Waldrop up front gets a little bit into the wall there. So Michigan, folks, what we're looking at, we are at Michigan International Speedway. It's a 2-miler. Progressive banking, if I do recall correctly. If it's not progressive banking, it's kind of like it simulates that progressive banking because it's so wide. You can kind of ride out a lot faster, stay in the throttle a little bit more if you're on the outside. Come on, 0-2, get a W for Andy and the team at 4-mile predictions. I'd like to see that. Zachary Mertez, he actually was brought out one of the first cautions on a spin that was not his fault, but now up to the lead here. 10 positions up, started in the back. Not a good qualifying look. That Chevrolet is firing on all cylinders right now. 4-wheel in 2000. Appreciate you joining. But Michigan, one of those tracks where you can kind of work it, but where we're going to see a lot of folks come into this is those that saved tires. You'll notice those guys in the middle that have been fighting this whole time, they've been wearing those tires out, zipping and zagging left and right, turning one turn into 3 and vice versa. Those are the guys that are going to be struggling because they've used every little bit of tires and Goodyears that these machines have. And we're going to have to pit one more time. It cycled 25 laps. Everybody else last came in at lap 58. So 25 plus 58, that's going to be 83. Lap 83, 84 is we're going to be working on it. But you can underpit. Once we start hitting lap 75, they know they're going to be able to make it from there if they clutch in, like Dylan Herberton did. But really 77, 78 is where you're going to be relatively safe. So that's where the short pit window will start, lap 78. In about 5 laps, we're going to start seeing folks come down pit road. But those that are going to try and stretch it out are going to come down probably around lap 85, 83, 85. Very short pit window here because it is a 2-mile speedway. We got the shout out for 4 Mile Productions. Let's take a look at this machine. Looking gorgeous. Chevy Camaro. ZL1. Much out running by himself, gapping it out. Back in the back, Dylan Herberton trying to make his way back up through the field. He's going to pass David Simcox for 7th. He did start back in the field to begin with, so he's one of those that has the experience going up there, showing the 22 why he's first in this league right now. Bit of a statement there, it looked like. You can just see how damaging this wind is right now. We got a little bit of a wind, and we'll see these guys kind of shuffle around as they exit the turns, go to the flat portion, flatter portion of this track. Herberton getting by another driver. That's going to be Richard Rico in the 18 machine. Like to see him move through there. As Mason Thompson's trying to catch Zachary Mertez, looks like he's going to have the opportunity. He's in that draft. He just needs a little bit of help, and it's coming. Steve Waldrop, Richard Mendonca, and Cody Brown as we reach the 25 laps to go. Pit window is officially open. See if we're going to have any takers on the short pit. It's a 3-second gap right now, 39.58. So we take a look at we go to our tower. Take a look at these best times. About 39 seconds across the board, 39.5, 39.6, et cetera, et cetera. Take a snapshot of those, blink, find it out, mental pictures. Then look at the last time. 41.93 for your leader, 42 for third place, 42, some more 41s. About 3 to 4 seconds off for some of these drivers. That's what we're talking about when we talk to Mr. Douglas about the short pit. You can come down pit road before everyone else, and you're going to have a 3-second advantage when you come off pit road. That is, folks, that is if you come out with somebody. You've got to have somebody helping you out with that draft. It does help a little bit. Not as necessary as opposed to like a super speedway or Daytona, but definitely up there and important. Speaking about up there and important, our sponsors here at Monster Energy NASCAR Racing League, Admin Box, ADMINBOXX, down on the bottom left of your screen, .com. Get your admin something that they're going to love for all the work they do here in this league and all leagues, your leagues, both leagues, everybody. Get them that admin box, make their job a little bit easier. It makes a nice gift. Christmas is coming up, ladies and gentlemen. As well as W Energy. If you need some energy to get through your day, I know I sure do now that fall's coming around and everything's getting a little bit cooler. You got to make those runs. Hit up W Energy, use code MENRL for a little bit off of that purchase at Monster Energy NASCAR Racing League. Now, if you go to admin box and you do get that Christmas gift, MENRL-BOXX is going to get you $19 off the check book at checkout. Seeing a little bit more viewers. So there we go. Cody Brown, Jeremy Robbins, Ryan Douglas, and Chris Isaacs coming down pit road. These are the SBRN folks. So a little bit of a team order coming down, deciding to take. We'll see. The 8 misses his box because I'm watching him. That's the only reason, is we're going to watch 21. That's actually lucky for the 8. 21 missed his box a little bit too. Ryan Douglas. Wow, it is something in the water here. Everybody having a little bit of trouble entering pit road. Steve Waldrop going to come down in the 20. Going to bring Richard Rico and Bill English as well. Zachary Cortez staying out. So the short pits have begun. 46 seconds down pit road is what it's going to take. A little bit longer if you have issues. So they're going to come out. They are going to lose 1 lap based on that. So Cody Brown started that out. Sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place, folks. But 13 viewers right now, guys. Be sure this is live right now. It is the September 27th, the day before a hurricane hit in Florida. So if you are in Florida, hey man, we're thoughts and prayers with you. Get out if you're in that path. I know it's shifting, but thinking about you guys for sure. But we are live, I guess is what I was saying. So make sure you hit that like button. It's this thing in front of some more people. And even if you're not watching live, even if you're going back and you're watching the replay, if you're Richard Mandonsa and you want to hear me talk about you coming down pit road tomorrow, you're showing your buddies, be sure and hit that like button as well. What that does is it gets this video out in front of more folks, so that more folks can enjoy your drivers. That's what it's all about. That's why we broadcast, right? Get you guys in front of some folks. So everybody's all mixed up, ladies and gentlemen. It is a madhouse. You see a lot of these folks a lot down. Cody Brown, going to be your effective race lead. He's putting down some very fast times, trying to win his lap back the old-fashioned way. As you can see, the leader, Zachary Mertez, there you go. The 8's going to get around him on his own merit. Zach coming down. Mason Thompson coming down. Dylan Herberton coming down. Oh, Dylan Herberton, a little bit of a fake out there. And try and come up the track. Nothing doing. No caution. He got it going. That is going to be absolutely killer for Herberton. As everybody cycled through, mistakes down pit road, going to cost Herberton badly. Not sure what happened there. Let's take a look. Maybe just a missed hitbox. The first green flag hit that we're going to have. Just unable to get it woed down enough. Here's the deal, guys. These tires want to do one thing. They do not like to brake and turn. They're good at one thing only. They don't like to brake and turn. That was what we saw there. He kind of hit the brakes. The front's locked up. Once they lose all that friction, they're going to go exactly where the car is pointed. They're not going to work for turning because they don't have any rotation. But before we get into all that, Steve Waldrop. He has the advantage here. Last came down pit road, lap 80. Cody Brown behind. And what did it is Steve Waldrop had the best pit. Came down at a 44.9. Only one even close was Mason Thompson. So see on your left, folks, that's where everybody is right now. A little bit spread out now because of the green flag pit stops and everybody's different approach to them. Everybody taking tires. Now they're able to go flat out, cut those times down. And Zach Mertez was in the race lead, but because of that short pit, Cody Brown and Steve Waldrop are about 2.5 seconds up. They might have time for that to plateau, and he's going to catch him, but it is just going to decide how hard the 20 and the 8 are going to push. But the 0-2 looking like it'd be in a good spot. Mason Thompson going to try and get up there and work with him. Mandonza going to try and tag onto the back of that. Curtis Ecker and David Simcox, 8th and 9th currently. But Steve's actually going to get a little bit of speed boost as Nicholas Fisher, the lap car, is going to be in a position to give him a little bit of a draft. Again, folks, excuse my sniffling. It's allergy season, supposedly, here in Arkansas. So we're going to go ahead and run to an ad, get side by side. Zachary Mertz flying up on Cody Brown. I don't know what was going on with Cody Brown there. Maybe he's going on top, a little bit of equipment issues he's fixing. Zachary Mertz is flying up to Steve Waldrop. We'll keep an eye on it. You stick around, keep an eye as we go to our commercials. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. If you're taking a drink, every time I say ladies and gentlemen, you are having a hard time if you're awake. But Zachary Mertz has taken over the lead, as we'll take a look at that pass that happened a while ago. As Steve Waldrop gets into the wall, slows him down, and then Mertz is able to take the momentum and the slingshot engaged, drop into the bottom. That's going to give him a round. So the 0-2 four-wheeling 2000 came in. I'm loving the name, by the way. Reminds me of an old Xbox Game Pass login. But folks, here's what he did. He came in and he chewed. He cheered for the 0-2 of Zach Mertz. Or Andy, as he's called affectionately by everybody but me, apparently. And guess what? From then on out, the 0-2 machine got a lot faster. So, promise you, guaranteed it'll help. Get in here and shout out your drivers. Another thing you can do is hit that like button. I said it before. I won't say it too much more, but guys, just hit that like button. Help out these drivers get in front of more folks. Mandonza there trying to take an advantage on the 20th. He's going to push real hard. Looks like he's trying to get somebody to work with. He doesn't want to settle for third. But that's what he's going to have to do as 20's falling back. So Mason Thompson, the Taco Bell 81, second. Zachary Mertz was 10 laps to go. No more pitting necessary from these drivers. From here on out, it is straight up racing. Take a look inside the car, Mertz. Trying to keep his composure in that Chevrolet. Bring home a win for the 0-2 machine. 4-mile production. Later on throughout the field. Let's go Waldrop. As I see you, that is Steve Waldrop in the 20. Once again, our fan favorite. On an island in 4th right now. But let's go ahead and run through everybody here. Zachary Mertez is up front in that one machine. In the O2 machine, I'm sorry. Jason Thompson in 2nd. Pretty good little gap there. About 3 seconds back to Mendonça. Then Steve Waldrop, like I said earlier, on an island. He's got 2 seconds up ahead of him to Richard Mendonça, and then about 2 seconds behind him to Cody Brown. Curtis Eckert trying to recover mid-pack pretty much this whole race, so that's kind of paying off for him. But he's got Richard Rico coming up fast, and a very hungry Dylan Herviton in 8th, trying to get past Richard. This is the closest battle on the racetrack, and it is quickly ending here. Simcox coming around, Robbins in 10th, Bill English in 11th, Isaac's 12th, and then Ryan Douglas in 13th. Nicholas Fisher's out there turning some laps. Currently behind Mason Thompson. So these are your leaders. Mertez, Thompson. Looks like they're going to give us a little bit of a show coming to the checkered flag. As now Herviton has worked past Ecker as well. Trying to salvage after his issue down pit road, which is amazing that he's even up to 6th. He would be up there challenging for the lead if he didn't have that issue, I think. But Mertez, Mason Thompson are your 1 and 2, closest fight on the racetrack right now. Take a look inside Mason Thompson's machine. That's Supreme Fire Suit. As Simcox went off track a little bit, but we're not going to focus on that. We'll go back up front. If anything changes in the top 10, I'll tell you, folks. Got it pulled up. I don't think we're going to see anything with 4 laps to go. 3 laps now. Steve Waldrop, one of our fan favorites, is not in any problems. He's fine with 4th. Got about 2 seconds back. Cody Brown in 5th. So he's locked in. I don't think he's going to catch Mendonça either. This is for 7th, Ecker and Rico. This is how it works in Michigan, folks. Once we come to the end of it, cautions happen at just the right time, where they're just trying to ride out these old tires. Last came down at lap 83. 100-lap race. Only 17 laps on these tires. They're going to be pretty fresh. No lap traffic in sight. So it's going to come down to this. Does Mason Thompson have anything at all for Zachary Mertez? Can he get in that draft enough to make himself a problem? Or has Zach done a really good job breaking up that draft up to this point? White flag is in the air. 1 to go here at the Monster Energy NASCAR Racing League. Zach or Andy Mertez leading the pack around. Mason Thompson trying to get close enough to sniff that draft so he could have something, but it's looking like if he can't make it happen here on this backstretch, it's not going to happen. Here it is, not really gaining much on the interim. Zach Mertez coming into turn 3. Mason Thompson trying the video game move on the outside. Into a wall hard, nothing doing. That might actually cost him a lot more, as Zachary Mertez going to bring it around for the win. Let's see, make sure Mason Thompson can bring it. There we go. Mendonça in 3rd. Waldrop in 4th. Cody Brown finishing it out in 5th. There we go. Now, chat, you guys are working it now. Zach or Andy? Let me know. Let me know in the chat, Zach or Andy, if I need to change that name through iRacing here. But I love to see it. Love to see you guys active in here. After Zach Mertez brings it around. And I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that last name wrong too, now that I think about it, because he did win a little bit ago. If and I do recall. So burn it down, Zach. You've earned it. Gotcha. Appreciate the chat. Hey, 2 for 2. I love it. Well, let's get Mr. Mertez up in here and talk to him after the win. Zach, man, congratulations on the dub here at Michigan.
Thank you very much.
So I know it was a hard-fought race. You were up there. Were you worried about the short pit when you weren't able to be the first one down pit road?
Say that again. I didn't hear the question.
Were you worried about the short pit on that last pit cycle there?
Oh, heck no. Absolutely not.
He says this Chevy was fast AF, boy.
Chevy was hooked up. Gotta thank 4 Mile Productions for hooking me up with such a good ride. Yeah, I mean, the car was fast out the get-go. We didn't have any practice. We got jumped over here from a broadcast on Pit Stop TV. Just got my 2 qualifying laps. That was it. And yeah, I mean, once we got the line down, once we got the draft worked in, we were moving straight to the front. It was, oh boy, it was amazing. Just blistering pace, ludicrous speed. And it's crazy because I'm not that great on speedways most of the time, but you know, gotta put credit where credit is due. 3 wins in a row for 4 Mile Productions in the team. I got 1 subbing for Andrew Tennell, my teammate, and then 2 in a row for myself, locking into the playoffs. I feel like we got a solid run at the championship here. Great job to Mason Thompson for just a stellar race, racing me clean. He tried the video game move there at the end. It was a good move, but it really wasn't going to pay off too much riding the wall. Got to thank all the other sponsors, Burner Rubber Radio, the Mohawk Foundation, Butler Built Seats, everyone that makes it possible on the racetrack and, you know, on iRacing as well. But yeah, I mean, just I don't even know what to say about the pace, really. It just kind of clicked about 25 laps in, and we were just kind of booking, and the car was hooked up. Even out of the draft, we were still fast, and you know, we were just able to get it to the front. I'm just so happy we were able to get it done for the team.
Definitely. Well, took all the questions out of my mouth. Must be a broadcaster thing. But fast car, fast in the long run, really came into yourself there at the end, and congratulations. Are we excited as we head into the weekly racing we're going to have here coming up?
Definitely. Just trying to get everything I can moving forward. We got a lot of stuff going on in the works. I don't want to spoil anything right now. Just kind of keeping everything under lock and key. But hopefully I can make a couple announcements here on the broadcast within the next couple of weeks or so. But we'll just hunker down, talk to the team, see how everything went, and we'll move forward on next week.
Definitely. Well, it was an absolutely great race, man. Again, congratulations on the dub, and hopefully we'll get you in here next week.
Definitely. Thank you so much for the broadcast.
All right, so next we got the second place finisher of Mason Thompson. Mason trying the video game move on the wall. Didn't come out for you, but second place, a really good finish here at Michigan.
Yeah, man, I'll take it. It was tough all day. Yeah, I tried something at the end there. It worked for like 2 seconds, and then just the wall just caught my car, and
I'm
yeah.
glad you said something, because when you first hummed into that wall, I actually saw the speed, and I was like, no way this will work.
Yeah, like I went in the corner and I was like 6/10 back, and then I saw my relative and went like to 2/10. Like, oh my god, this might actually work, and then it just started like sucking my momentum back even more, and I was like, well, I went for it.
Definitely. Well, I mean, and again, you worked it the whole race. I know we didn't see that 81 up there too much, but what kept you there was that time down pit road, 43.83 seconds, blazing speed down pit road, that final pit stop. Is that what got you there?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I didn't even think it was a good stop, because I thought I sped because I was flirting with like 56 and the speed limit is 55, and I kept on flirting. But no, I mean, honestly, I think what kept me in the race at the end there is when we got after that last green flag stop, I kind of backed up a little bit those first like 5 laps and tried to save myself, because like the amount, like the lack of front grip these cars had on this track was like insane. Like I was so surprised, like how bad, like just the front tires would not grip in the corner like at all. It was so hard, yeah, especially on the long run. Like you had to like arc it in like so much, and it was just had to manage my stuff, and yeah.
Definitely. Well, Mason, again, man, congratulations on the second place finish. Who does it for you? Who I know Taco Bell is on the car, and a huge shout out to the big sponsor. But who helped you get this second place finish?
Oh god, I don't know. All glory to God first off, and I guess I mean that's really it. My teammates Dylan and Ricky coaching me or cheering me on those couple last laps. But yeah,
Definitely. All right, man. Well, we appreciate you, and again, congratulations. Hopefully, we'll see you in here next week at the end of post race.
yeah, 10-4, 10-4.
All right, and third and final driver we have in here is Mr. Mendonça. Congratulations on the third place finish.
Thank you.
So I know coming into it, we got what we wanted. We got the pole and those positions, but what was going on in the car that got you the tail, and then what brought you back up to the podium?
Let's see. I can't. So I think yeah, I had to go in a lap earlier than everybody else for fuel when the stage caution came out, and so I dropped to the rear, and I got back up front on those fresh tires, and caution came out. Me, Thompson, and Herberton came down for fuel. We fell to the back. They were able to kind of get into the top 5. I couldn't do anything. My car was really tight. They were getting tight too. It just that you get behind somebody, you can't do anything. So, but I think the pit stop cycle helped me a lot to get up there, and had speed there at the end.
Definitely. Well, I mean, you're looking good throughout the whole race. I know we called out a couple of times for getting that Ford Mustang in the top 5. Tell us who you got on there and who helped you get to the podium tonight.
Yeah, I've got a Skyline Steel Rectors. They help us out a lot for my real racing stuff. Race Clip, I use all their equipment in the car for my race truck. Got a GPH delivery. They help us out too. Just want to thank those guys.
Definitely. Well, again, man, congratulations on the third place finish. Hopefully, we'll talk to you a little bit next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, folks. So that is going to do it for us here on the broadcast. Let's go ahead and run through our overall results of everybody. Of course, in first place, Mr. Mertez, Zachary there. Then we have Mason Thompson in second. Third place going to be the pole sitter, Richard Mendonça. Steve Waltrip in the 20 machine coming up in fourth. Cody Brown in the 8th and 5th. Dylan Herberton recovering to a 6th place finish. Then Curtis Ecker there in 7th. Richard Rico 8th. David Simcox in 9th. Rounding out your top 10 is going to be Jeremy Robbins in that I'm sorry. You check that up. in here. On the SBRN machine, at 21. Then, of course, in 11th is going to be Bill English, and 12th, Chris Isaacs, Ryan Douglas, Nicholas Fisher, and Mason Connors, unfortunately, putting it on the hauler lap 36, playing it up in 15th. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here on Sim Racing Broadcast, Sim Racing Network. Appreciate you. Go check out our Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. You're already here, but hey, we appreciate you. And as always, see you next week.